Hello, hello. It is Emily Newman here of Emily and Art Studio, and today I'm going to walk you through how I build my own canvas. This is a 36 by 60, specifically a Fredrix Do-It-Yourself canvas kit. These are my favorite because they have all the materials quick and easy, ready for you. I love Fredrix. I'm going to use the instructions because guess what? Instructions are super handy, especially when they have visuals. I am not much of a reader, so these pictures just totally do it for me. So this is a rundown of what is in the box. You have these canvas tightener boards, the canvas itself, the stretcher bars. You have the support beams as well as these little guys that tighten the canvas, the screws, and then the corner pieces. You're going to need a drill, a stapler, as well as a box cutter or straight razor to cut the canvas and make sure it's nice and pretty on the back side. Like I said, this is a 36 by 60 and it has 6 different support pieces on the back side. Here I am going to walk you through step by step what the instructions suggest. First, you are going to roll out the canvas that's already attached on one end, and then you're going to add the stretcher bars to form right angles on all the corners. Next, we will add the corner pieces to support it and keep it straight, and the support beams as well. Then we're going to use these pieces to tighten the canvas, flip it over, and start adding staples. After we do that on one end, we're going to do both of the other ends. We will have to tuck the corners, and I will show all of you that in detail. That's probably the trickiest part, is the corners. On step 7 and 8, you're going to just be stapling and then using your box cutter or straight razor to cut the extra canvas off. Then you're done. Let's get started. I am just cleaning everything out of my way, and I'm going to peel the tape off of the canvas roll and roll it out. As you unroll it, it will be the front side of the canvas on the inside of the roll. So you're actually going to need to flip it over so that you can work on the back side. Finish unrolling it, and there's a tube on the long end of the canvas on one of the stretcher bars. You'll just want to slide that tube off and get it out of your way so that you can attach the rest of the stretcher bars. My next step is attaching the short ends, the 36-inch, and I use a rubber mallet to kind of hammer those into place and make sure I have right angles. These things fit in really, really well together. It's honestly like a super simple puzzle, but the rubber mallet kind of helps to make sure if the wood has expanded at all that everything is nice and tight. The last piece is going to be the other 60-inch side. Obviously the first piece comes already attached to the canvas, but this is the last piece you will attach. And you just kind of make sure that, again, it's square on both ends, a 90-degree angle. That rubber mallet is kind of your best friend in this scenario. Once you add that last stretcher bar, you are ready to lay it down and start adding the corner supports. These corner supports go on super easily. They lay in a little groove and they just kind of help add some extra support to the large canvas and keep all of the corners square. Here's a close-up. The canvas kit comes with some screws. The corner support lays on this little ledge here, kind of fits right in there, and you screw it in each of these 3 holes on either side. This right here is one of my favorite parts because I love power tools, but I like to do the furthest out screw on both sides of the corner support just to make sure everything is in place before I attach everything. Then I just go in super quickly and add the screws in the other 4 holes. These next few visuals are just me attaching each of the other corners. I have it sped up for you so you don't have to watch the entire process. Building this canvas took about 45 minutes for me, which is definitely worth my time. This canvas was $187, and if you buy it pre-built, it's around $500 to $600. Next step is adding the support beams that go right down the middle. You want to make sure that these are sitting right on the ledge and pretty square. These add the most structure to your canvas. And here's another chance to use your power drill and screw right into those pre-drilled holes as well. And that's it, up and down, up and down. That is your entire support system for this canvas. Now we get to actually attach the canvas to the stretcher bars and frame. These thin pieces with these little U-shape notches help to hold the canvas in place and help it to be really tight. You can see it's a really long piece, and you line it up and it actually fits right in the grooves. It lines up perfectly lengthwise with the length of the canvas. So you just kind of fold it over, add these little notches over it to hold it tight. See right here, you want this edge to line up with this edge. And then this line here will line up in this groove so that you can flip the canvas over the edges and begin stapling. Right here is where you're going to want to see this tight line, and you're going to keep the canvas stretcher piece in the groove and push it until it lays completely flat. Right there is where you're going to begin stapling. I start in the very middle and do 1 to 2 staples on either side of the middle, and then just kind of work my way out from there, like 2 on one side, 2 on the other, 3 on one side, 3 on the other. I sped up this part of the process because this is the part that's really monotonous. You want your staples to be about 1 inch apart and as lined up as pretty as you possibly can, but it's really not too important. You're going to take out that little stretchy bar, lay it flat, and pull out your straight razor. I have this little opening knife guy. He's pretty good, easy to replace the blades in, and you just kind of slide along that edge. And I'm going to save this extra bit of canvas material for another project, actually. Using some scissors on the edges to make sure it's nice and flat and setting that extra bit of canvas to the side. Next step is going to be repeating the same process you did on the 60-inch side on the short edges. Kind of folding the canvas over, getting everything really lined up using the little support notches. Don't really know what to call these things. They don't really have a name as far as I know. And line it up. Just stretch it over and flip the canvas, make it nice and tight, and begin stapling. And this is actually where I ran out of staples. So I need to refill my heavy duty staple gun. It's actually just a craft staple gun, but it works really, really well. And in slow-mo, kapow. All right, we are back at it, going to finish up this first short side, and then on that last end, I'm going to show you a close-up visual of how to do the corners. Once again, cutting off the extra canvas. On this end, I'm going to show you the way that I tuck the canvas inside so that I can make nice, pretty corners. It was honestly kind of difficult to get this angle for you, but I'm trying to show you the way that the edge of the canvas is folded in, just kind of tucked in. You fold it tight, but you make sure that you have a nice little edge. Go ahead and staple from the middle on your way out on both sides, and then you can focus on the corner. I go as far to the edge as I can before I make sure my corner's nice and tight. Go all the way to the edge, change directions, and make sure that that corner is really nice and tight. Coming in with the straight razor one more time, cutting off all of that additional canvas, getting it nice and pretty right there around the edges so that the corners lay flat. And then as you can see, we've got a nice flat edge with a beautiful corner of the canvas. It's all done. That's it. It's a big guy. It's hard to get the whole canvas in view of the camera because my studio is small and my camera is only so large. But there it is, my 36 by 60 Fredrix do-it-yourself kit.